Good morning, this is Dr. Lou Jacobs, and thank you for joining me on my morning commute to the office. Yesterday, a strange thing happened. Two people asked me how I decided to become a chiropractor, and what's unusual is that I don't usually get that question twice in one day. And so I thought I would share the story with you. It's kind of a neat story. It's a bit of a chiropractic miracle, if you will, but these types of miracles happen all the time, and I think it's worthy of sharing. I think it's interesting. So many years ago, I don't remember exactly when this was, I had already graduated from college, I believe. My father, my late father, was at work and he slipped, fell, and hit his head very badly on a water fountain and injured his neck. He was a psychology professor for almost 40 years, but he was also involved in other things as well. He was involved pretty heavily at one time with the American Hospital Association. He was on the board of the New England American Hospital Association. So he was surrounded by physicians and going to meetings all the time, and many of his friends were these high-level doctors from New England, medical doctors. Anyway, he falls, he injures his neck. It's bad. He talks to all of his friends from the AHA, and they all tell him that he needs to do test after test, and he looks like he'll probably need to have surgery. Well, he wasn't very keen on that idea, but he was less interested in seeing a chiropractor than he was in doing surgery. He had been told for years that chiropractors were quacks, that they didn't know what they were talking about, that they weren't real doctors, that they were dangerous, all of the typical stuff, all of the typical misconceptions that people had. He was basically being fed by these friends of his through the association. So, anyhow, to make a long story a little bit longer, he decides that he's going to go the route of surgery. So he has it scheduled, and several weeks before the surgery was to take place, he became really nervous. He didn't want to do it. He was concerned about what would happen if it didn't work, blah, 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 blah. Reasonable concerns to have when going in to have a major surgery on your neck and around your spinal cord and nervous system. So, kicking and screaming, from what I understand, my stepmother was able to convince him to go to see the local chiropractor. Now keep in mind, the pain was severe, and it had been pretty severe for a long time. Function was compromised, mobility was compromised, not a cool situation. He goes to the chiropractor, Dr. Jan Roberts, in Farmington, Maine, and he goes in, and the way that I remember it being described to me was that, again, very reluctant, very skeptical. He goes in, he has his examination, he has the tests done that need to be done, and then he receives his first chiropractic adjustment. And what I was told was that he left the office feeling 90% better, basically instantly. This was a miracle to him, and from that point on, he not only improved, but he was basically a chiropractic patient for the rest of his life. Everything that he had been told was nullified by his experience. Every risk, concern, every concern about unprofessionalism and all of that stuff completely out the window. He was entirely impressed with chiropractic, with this particular chiropractor, and he was able, after this experience, to convince two of his two sons, to become chiropractors themselves. His story, the transformation, the sort of chiropractic miracle that occurred, made him not a believer, but a disbeliever in all the bunk that he had been told. chiropractic, it's not really a belief system. It's not a religion per se, right? You just have to understand how the body works. And when you do, the belief, if you will, comes naturally because it's reasonable. So that's how I became a chiropractor. It was his positive experience that fueled my interest in the lifestyle of chiropractic, in the sort of fringe nature of it, because it's not, or hasn't been up until recently, considered very mainstream. I liked the idea that there was something out there that people were not utilizing as much as they should, that has such tremendous potential to help people, just like him. And I also like the idea that there's so much room for education and understanding in the public eye related to chiropractic, that there's a lot of great work that is yet to be done. Thanks for joining me on my morning commute. I hope you enjoyed this story of the spark that made me interested in becoming a chiropractor. As always, I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for my work. I'm grateful for this life. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.